welcome to everyone in the audience. I wish I could have been there in person, but it was not possible for me. So I'm even more glad that I can be here and give you that presentation anyway. My name is Stefanie Pipenhagen. I am the head of customer experience, like I was introduced, at Lemonade, and I'm doing that since the end of 2018. So I'm happy to walk you through the Lemonade story and give you insights into who we are and what we do. So let's start there. About us. Lemonade is not something that we produce for others to drink, but actually is an insurtech. We are an insurance, a digital insurance, and we are proud ourselves to be fully licensed as a carrier. We get to that later. And literally, we are built to delight consumers. And I was lucky enough to be able to listen a little bit to the speaker before me on stage, which I really liked. I had pleasure in listening to, and I heard a lot about customer-centric behaviors. And this is exactly what we're trying to do. We really put the customer at the center of all our decisions, and hopefully you'll see that along this slide deck with me. We've had quite a rapid growth. The stand today is just after 7 years. We managed to get 2+ million customers across the globe, though. I will focus a bit also on Europe today, but yeah, across the globe, that's the number we've grown to so far. And why did we do that? I mean, insurance is technically not really such a digital industry at the moment, still not. I mean, there are competitors, and there are good competitors who also jumped on that train, as we say, but Lemonade was one of the pioneers here, and Lemonade saw a huge opportunity just business-wise on the basic product to go global, but also to somewhat disrupt that in insurance. And I know that's a word that people use a lot these days, but in fairness, specifically, insurance was really quite untouched by technology at the time when our co-founders were discussing which industry to go into. So therefore, it displayed a really big opportunity. And the social good aspect here was something that was really, really important to the founders of the company. And due to our give back program, that was also something that made it super interesting to our consumers, to the policyholders in the insurance world that we wanted to speak to, and also to those. And their profile will be there in a bit. So really, what did we do? And we decided, like, where should we start? Should we, have big reinsurers and take policies from them and just be someone who offers? No, we didn't want to do that. We wanted to really change not just part of it, but really saw this as a huge opportunity to change something overall and in total in the insurance world. And that's why we decided to become a carrier. Surely, the more difficult decision, especially because we launched first time in New York, and you know what people say, if you make it there, you make it anywhere, which hopefully will be true for us too. However, it was the more bumpier road. But not only there, but also on the system side, right? Like the underwriting parts, the claims part, the back office part, and basically really everything that constitutes administration of insurance and dealing with customer data. And we built that all from scratch and from inside. So we're using only internal tools most of the time. And although that might seem quite costly, of course, but it also created a lot of exposure for us, which was most of the parts really good. And it allowed us the freedom, of course, to truly change the model. As we saw, we needed to have that fixed. And really, we came out with this very big desire to become, I don't know, like the next Apple or the next Netflix of insurance. So let's see where that will take us. But bottom line, it is fully digital, and it's an instant everything, as we call it, also online. We offer a live policy. So you have an app that you download with us. You can also operate from a web browser, but we tend to recommend the app, of course. And you can download the policy. And once you have a policy in the country that we operate in, you have live policy openings to offer for changes that you want to do to your policy directly. You want to limit your coverages. You want to add an add-on like for theft or for an anti-weather in Germany or something. That can all be done through the app. We're powered by AI, and I also heard in the previous talk that artificial intelligence was off topic, and I totally understand how that in the medical sector could be difficult. However, in the insurance, even though we might think the same, that's actually something that is really, really helpful. And although there are also controversial discussions going on in that field, in the right hands, it just really makes the right experience for the customer possible. We are at the moment about 40%, between 40 and 45% of our claims that are dealt with and handled instantly. And by instant claims, we speak about the AI that is actually dealing and handling claims coming in. And that is really an immense amount of claims. When I started, we were just about between 15 and 20%, and that was roughly 5 years ago. And we pride ourselves, of course, also of no paperwork, not only for saving the trees, but of course, environmental reasons, but also because that makes it just so much more easier for the users that we're speaking to. Lemonade Give Back is the one pillar that I showed in one of the slides in the beginning, and really it speaks to what is the bottom of like the core and the bottom of our business. So what is so different with us than other insurances, or let's say traditional insurances, and it plays a big role in the digital experience of our customers, is that a person who signs up for a policy with us at the end of the purchase can decide for their own give back of choice. We have a list per country that we operate in of NGOs and other causes that we collaborate together with, and then people can just choose their favorite give back, and that's the one that they will support. There is no extra money they need to pay for that. That is just what we will do on behalf of our customers and policyholders. And this has been proven to be a very, very successful, but also really popular strategy to go by. And so therefore, we take a flat fee of all the incoming money that we have. And instead of adding the rest of what's left over to profit, we'll give it to give back instead. And so that definitely has a good standing with our customers. We pride ourselves obviously of data and tech being at the core. So we call that a bit like our customer cortex, because what we have, and that is not typical in the insurance world, we have real-time data, it's standardized, and we can manage and optimize it for costs because we really crush it from all sides. And we have, just because of that, tremendous efficiency on our end, because of all our tools internally using really the same databases and the real-time data. So that is a huge success and a big step to the right direction. But then who are our customers? We call them Henrys. That stands for high earners, not rich yet. And that's how we then ended up calling them. And who are they really? They are the newer, the younger generations. They are tech savvy. They also are really price conscious, and, you know, young adults from suburban or urban environments. And they really want to just understand what they're getting into. They don't want to have, like, you know, complicated language, and everything needs to be hassle-free these days. So the part of the impact of the social good I already mentioned, and this basically sums it up quite well when it comes to our customer database. So now I want to show you just quickly how that looked for Europe. Ever since we launched overall in New York in 2016, after that, 3 years later, we went to Europe, and we started with Germany, followed by the Netherlands, France, and the UK just, it's the most recent launch, like about a year ago. But I would love to just show you also how it looks, and I hope this will work for everybody and you can see and hear it well. So let's go.
Get Lemonade Contents Insurance in just 90 seconds. First, you'll meet our virtual assistant, Maya. Tell her where you live and what type of home you live in. In seconds, she'll create your personalised policy and give you the best price. If you want, you can customise your cover even more. Plus, add your high-value items and activate any add-ons that you might need. Then, choose a cause that matters to you and we'll donate a portion of your unclaimed premiums to them. And that's it. Your policy will begin the next day. If something does happen to your stuff, filing a claim with Lemonade is super simple. Just use the app to tell us what happened. Describe the incident in a short video, and we'll review your claim. Then, we'll get you paid.
So I hope it was visible for everybody. It still said 30% on the instant claims, and that has definitely
Get Lemonade.
that has definitely changed already, and since the last earning calls that I took part in. So what makes it so different also, it is mostly our policy wording. It has also a lot to do in what we offer in coverages, and a really big part in the customer experience and improving it here is that customers can do a lot on their own. They can do a lot of do it yourself and a lot of like live app and everything. But it's also the policy wording. We call it the policy 2.0 that we brought to Europe. And whoever has some time left and is interested in this, you can go on lemonade.com. You can change the language to the country that you're in at the bottom, and then you can look for a policy sample. You'll be quite amazed by how easy we make our policy sound. There's no lawyer language anymore. There's like nothing that brings you really, can't let you sleep because you don't understand it. And that is the most important thing about making it or adjusting it to the new time of how customer want to, be spoken to. So that's one of the most important differentiators, I'd say, because it is really, really approachable. But then on the customer experience side, and to go really now into the CX team, which I'm heading up to in Europe, and go a little bit more into that team. Generally, Lemonade, as I said in the very beginning, everything they do for having that customer at the bottom, at the core of everything. And the main strategy works in the way that looks quite simple on here, but it has a very easy, let's say, butterfly effect. If you start delighting the customer, and we really take that to the level of in every single content, every single blog post, every email we send out, every chat we have with our customers, every policy document, every claim conversation has and is following the same style of Lemonade approach and Lemonade tone of voice. And we really, really take that very seriously in all our products and in every presence that we display online or offline documents, etc. And if you have that strategy that really goes in every single corner of your business, you have a consistent user experience, and you make it you make yourself approachable, you make yourself like a lovable brand, because we try to speak to our consumers as if they were our like the next door neighbor or a friend that you want to explain insurance to. And because of that, and because of the ease of the app, and because of the lean and neat experience that usually is not typical for insurance, it's kind of like that extra delight that we want to add. And for that, we obviously hope that we grow faster, also word of mouth and reputation, and with more growth, it comes more predictive data, which is in a sense the most important thing for us. We are an AI-based strategy company, and therefore the more the machine learns, the better we can learn what really is needed and wanted by our customers. And as simple as it sounds on here, the more true it actually is, and we see that it works for us. So there is an interesting blog post as well, so check out our blog post. One of our co-founder, Daniel Schreiber, he has written, I think it was about 2.5 or 3 years ago, a really interesting bit and piece on exactly this strategy. So how does that look like in our internal customer experience team directly? What's our vision? What's our mission on here? So we are the team that interacts with our customers the most, pre and post-purchase. As an insurance company, customer experience team, we don't always have the answer that customer would like, just like in many other industries, I guess, but we can educate, right? And we can show empathy for our customers and their unique situations. So really what it comes down to is getting those repetitive and let's say less important, small little requests out of the way by using AI, and really have that team ready and to help to go to help for the team, for the customers who call in and have the bigger issues and like real problems where they need that human touch, because often it is mistaken that a company who implements or uses AI in any kind of way kind of loses the touch with the human side of things. But of course, that's not true, at least not with us. And really, what we want to do is we want to have that purpose of striving to deliver an excellent personalized experience on each interaction that we have, and in essence, provide a world-class omni-channel experience as Lemonade brand ambassadors, basically. And what I like the most on this is on this mission is that we say our Lemonade Act is really customers first and employees always. So we're not only focusing on the customer experience per se alone, but also make sure that the employee experience goes along with it, and with happier employees and employees that work in a nice and good way. That should also reflect back on the customer and the customer interaction. And for that, we really look out for every detail on the customer as much as on the maker. We call our employees maker, Lemonade maker, huh? And every contact that we want to solve. So yes, that is our mission and the vision on CX internally. And as the last bit of this presentation, what we're hoping for is that we have our new customers, the new Henrys that join us, that they grow with Lemonade, just like other policyholders and consumers grow with other insurances. And that hopefully, maybe eventually at some point, our customers that used to be a Henry tell their kids or their grandkids about how great they have had a life experience with us along their time with our policies, and hopefully also make sure that their families stay with Lemonade. But that's a long-term goal that we hope to achieve, and obviously moving into way more industries than only the content and homeowners insurance that we're in at the moment. In the US, we are already in car and pet and life, but in Europe, that will probably take a little longer still, yet to come though. So with that being said, at the very end, I know I think I'm a minute or two over, but I still want to thank you very much for listening. I unfortunately couldn't see the audience, but I hope that you had a good time listening to me. So yeah, I think that was it.